This is Tin Caps Baseball on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back, everybody, to Tin Caps on Deck, the Tin Caps pregame show, brought to you as always by Hoopy Insurance Services. I'm Mike Moss, and today we're going to quote, "Keep it in the family," unquote. Our guest is the son of Tin Cap team president and general manager Mike Nutter, Carson Nutter, and he's graciously giving us a little bit of his time. And first and foremost, thanks for the time. The last name is Nutter. That name is known around this facility and around this community. What's it like being the son of a dad who's one of the most popular and influential people in the city of Fort Wayne?
It's a lot to live up to in this city, but I have a great dad. He's taught me so much about just life in general, and I'm just really proud to bear that name, especially in this city. Like, we'll go out to dinner, do whatever, and there's always people coming up to us and coming up to my dad, and it's just great because you can see the impact that the Tin Caps have on so many people around the city.
You are going into a tremendous field as we go along with this chat, but I want to dig back a little bit deeper. When's the first time you ever remember seeing a baseball?
My first memories really involve baseball, just being around the stadium since I was a little kid. I grew up in this ballpark, and it's really all I can remember is baseball.
When did you start playing? Was it T-ball time?
I started playing T-ball when I was probably 4 or 5. I always knew that's the sport I was going to fall in love with, just from growing up around here, being around the players. Baseball was just always a part of my family, and it was a part of me since I can remember, really.
So you started playing, besides hanging around the baseball people here. What position did you play?
I was an outfielder. My favorite Tin Cap ever was Jace Peterson. He wore number 6 for the Tin Caps, so I love Jace. I think he signed an autograph for me. I believe Jace was in 09. I can't remember exactly.
09 or 10.
He was either a 9 or 10, but
yeah.
I remember he signed an autograph for me when I was younger. Just nice as could be. So I wore number 6 for the rest of my baseball career because of Jace. Yeah.
He was a left-handed hitter. Did you bat left-handed?
Yes, sir, I did.
There we go. That makes 3 of us when I played Melmont Lutheran League ball in Detroit. So you played in the outfield. You started in T-ball and moved up. I know you went to Homestead High School, and you got to play for the Spartans. What was that experience like?
It was great. Coach Bio was awesome. We had a great group of guys that I grew up playing ball with. It was awesome. We got to play in Parkview Field my senior year against Carroll, which, for anybody listening, probably knows that Homestead and Carroll have a big rivalry here in the city, so that was great. Got to lead off that game in the ballpark. I had been going to ball games too and hanging out in the locker room since I was a baby, so it was awesome. It was a great year. We made it to regionals that season, and really a part of my high school baseball career, something that I learned was a bit of perseverance and just seeing something through, because it took me a few years to get to the varsity level at Homestead just because of how talented our school is, how big of a school it is. We had Carter Matheson, who ended up getting drafted by the Philadelphia Phillies after playing at Indiana University. He was an outfielder as well. So it was just competitive. It taught me to persevere. But by the time I made it up and got to play with my buddies senior year, it was a great experience.
Not only did you play high school baseball, but you played some travel league baseball as well. What was that experience like, going to different locations and spending a good chunk of the summer away from home, if you will?
Yeah, it was perfect. Last week, my dad told me that it was the 10-year anniversary from when my travel ball team had gone to Cooperstown, New York for a big tournament when we were 12 years old. So all of us little guys went out there. We got to see the Baseball Hall of Fame, hang out. We were in bunk beds for the week, and it was great. Like, some of me and my old teammates will still say that was the best week of our lives to this day. But just in general, travel baseball is great. I mean, when you think back to the travel sports, as much as it was competitive and being a team and playing on the field, it's the dinners and the hotels and just hanging out as a group. We had an awesome group of families that stayed together. We were a little unique in that a lot of travel teams had broke up, or there's just a lot of movement today in travel sports for children. Like you're going, there's some kids will bounce down to Indy or other cities to play for different teams. But our group really, a lot of us had stayed together from the time we were 9 years old to the time we were 17 and finished playing baseball. So that was a huge blessing for us. And, it was a great experience overall.
You are part of the family in more ways than one. Of course, your dad runs the show here. Your mom works up here in serving fans. Your sister is, as we speak, in Chattanooga, Tennessee,
Yes.
cutting her teeth, if you will. And soon, when she gets back, she's going to join you as a graduate of Indiana University. Was there ever any pressure to stay in the business, so to speak, in the business of baseball?
There wasn't. My parents, both of them, but my dad being the one who works in baseball, I never felt any pressure that this needed to be what I did with my future. I'll say in that vein too, after I got done playing high school ball and travel baseball, I had some opportunities to play in college at some smaller schools. I got close to going up to play for a school called North Central up in Naperville, Illinois. But my parents were great about that process of just letting me decide what I wanted to do. And for the last few years of high school, and really for a long time that I can remember, I've wanted to go into the medical world, and that's really been one of my passions alongside with baseball. And my parents knew that, so when it came to make the decision of attending which college to attend or playing baseball in college or not, my parents were just so great with me and just letting me think out what I wanted to do. So in that same vein, yes, they were great with me about, no, you don't have to work in the business of baseball. You can do what you really want to do.
So now you have chosen to go into the medical field. You've got your degree from IU, but you're only halfway home. Can you tell our listeners exactly what you're hoping to accomplish for the next 4 years?
Sure, yeah. So I'll be attending IU's medical school here in Fort Wayne, which will be great for me because I get to move back home for a few years. I know my parents are really excited about that. My mom told me as long as you do your laundry and clean up your room, I'll keep cooking dinner for you for the next few years. So I'm excited to be back as well. I'm really excited to be entering this phase of life in med school. It's a long road, but like I said, this is my passion. I don't necessarily know which exact specialty I want to go into yet, but that's the blessing of med school, is they give me the opportunity to see a lot of great different things. So I'm really excited to get underway with this med school phase and process.
As we wind our chit-chat down, I want to ask you, you and your family are very close, and baseball teams can be very close. How has the closeness of your family helped you both when you were growing up playing baseball, and especially now that you're choosing what you want to do for the rest of your life? How important is it, and what does it mean to you to have that family backing you? We talk in different sports about the 12th man in football, the 6th man in basketball, the 10th man in baseball. The family is the 10th man for you, for your life's ambition. What does it mean to you to have that backing?
It's a blessing to have people to fall back onto when you're going through hard times. One of the times I think of is while I was prepping for the MCAT exam, which for anyone who doesn't know is the entrance exam into medical school, and really like one of the hardest tests that you can take. And to have that support when they knew I was going through a tough time, to be able to just call my mom or call my dad and talk to them, it's amazing. And that's part of the reason why I'm so happy to be coming back to Fort Wayne for medical school. It's amazing because I get to fall back on this awesome support network that I have that has grown and has been great for me since I was a kid.
I wish we could talk forever, but This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so very much for giving us some of your time. Congratulations in many different directions. Having a great family, a great mom and dad, getting through school. By the way, I heard that the only letter that you saw in school was the letter A. Straight A student, am I correct?
That's right, yeah.
Kudos to that. Congratulations on the beginning of what you hope is going to be a tremendous life trip, and continued success. And come back and visit again.
Of course. Thank you, Mike. It's been a great time.
That's Carson Nutter. I'm Mike Moss. We'll take a break and come back with more on the Tin Caps Radio Network.
Podcasts by Federated Media.